I mean, it feels like it's done. You know, I'm intrigued by the idea of a healthy Austin Reeves, a healthy Luka being a part of this series and kind of what happens. But OKC's just too good, too much depth. Like, they got a chance to go on a run, and I haven't felt that about a team in a long time.
Yeah, I don't see it either, unfortunately. And you hate to say that because you never want to be dismissive of a player of the caliber of LeBron James. He's arguably the second greatest player to ever live. And you want to, even in his 40s, think that he can summon the magic and do something improbable. But to echo Myron's sentiments, when in game one, you have Shea having an off night in the manner in which he did, and it still did not matter 1 ounce, and you're still without Luka, I don't see it happening.
Wait, so before we go further on the LeBron part, Myron, you said Oklahoma City could go on a run, something I haven't seen a team or felt about a team in a long time. You're saying multi-championship run, dynastic run?
Multi-championships. Yeah, multi-championships. I mean, we had those conversations a little bit about Boston, Denver, Milwaukee, but I feel like with the youth and the depth, they got a chance to do something that we haven't seen since the Warriors, right? 2017, 2018. I will say quickly on LeBron, though, this is the greatest over 40 performance I think we've seen in sports. I mean, to do this in this sport at this level is still the most impressive thing I think we've seen of somebody his age.
Jack Nicklaus, 1986 Masters, 45.
He wasn't running with SGA and Chet Holmgren. George Foreman, great, but, I mean, those guys weren't trying to keep up with 20-year-olds in a sport.
Wait, whoa. Hold on a second.
I thought you were going to go Brady.
Well, I could go Brady too, but hold on a second. You said you got to win. You got Mike Brown. Okay, cool. You're doing it in the second round. So now you're giving credit to LeBron for running? Is that what because he's running?
No. Mike,
he didn't win.
Dude, Mike Brown and LeBron are not in the same category. LeBron on a shorthanded team, getting his team to this point and that performance he's had so far. I mean, against OKC, there were stretches where he was the best player on the floor at 41 years old. We've never seen, I don't think, anything like that. And because of the level of the sport, past the age of 40 and over, to me, this is the greatest thing we've ever seen in sports.
Brady. I mean, thank you, Smalls. He won.
Brady was great, but again, it's a different sport. And I think the physical demands of LeBron right now in this sport, to me, is more impressive.
And especially without Luka and, of course, without Reeves for a stretch.
Yeah. He's doing it by himself.
He's been awesome. I don't know that I would go that far, but obviously, you tip your cap to LeBron. But what is now? Okay, so now if we were going to sit there and say, Myron and Smalls, he's been awesome, past 40 years old. He's carrying the Lakers. They're in the second round. Reeves was awful in the first game. It's his team right this second until Luka gets back. He's been great, et cetera, but they're going to lose the series. Then what? Then what happens? Does he go back to Lakers? Does he consider just staying in LA and going to the Clippers? Are the Cavs on the table? Are the Warriors on the table? Is retirement on the table? So if he's this good at this age, and it's the best 40-plus year old performance in all sports historically per Myron Metcalf, well, why not keep it going? And if you're going to keep it going, where?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't think LeBron is retiring without a retirement tour. I know he says he doesn't want it. But I guarantee, he's going to make it known this is my last year. I just don't think he's going to do it differently. And I also think being next to Luka is probably his best chance to compete for a championship. Would he consider Cleveland? Maybe. But why not stay in L.A.? I mean, L.A. to him wasn't even just about basketball, right? It was bigger than that. It was his business interests. It was a place where his wife wanted to be. So I think L.A. is more than what he's doing on the court. I think he'll stay.
I think he'll stay, too. But I don't take anything off the table when it comes to LeBron James. Maybe more than any modern athlete that we've seen, he will move the pieces of the puzzle around. He will figure out a way to make it work for him for what he wants to do. I'm with Myron. I definitely think we'll know that it's the end. Not even if LeBron wants it or not, but I'm sure the NBA wants it. I'm sure the NBA wants to maximize the LeBron James farewell tour. Imagine what ticket prices will be. Imagine what viewership will be.
Yeah.
I've never seen LeBron James play live. If I know it's the end, I'm going to pony up to see it. You better believe it.
It's an excellent point for this reason. If you're Adam Silver, and Adam Silver doesn't rule with the iron fist, right? He's not intense that way. He's not David Stern. If you're Adam Silver, I think it is completely justified to call LeBron James after this season and say, listen, if you're coming back, awesome. We want you back as long as we'll take you in a wheelchair out there, whatever you want to do, right? At 95 years old. Yeah. But if you're thinking about retirement and you make that decision, I'm asking you to let me know. We have done everything in this league to do everything under your wishes. Everything we have, this last 10 to 20 years in the NBA, the LeBron James era. And many people don't like the LeBron James era of the NBA. It is the friendship era, the way in which the schedule is, all this stuff, the branding.
Player empowerment.
Yeah, player empowerment. The branding of like, hey, we've got this big partner that could come in. You cool with this, LeBron?
Think about the domino effect that this league has had and players having agency in their career in a different way since LeBron James did the decision.
That's right. And so I think it is completely reasonable for Adam Silver to say to LeBron James, I need you to do me a favor. I've done you so many of them. I need the retirement tour. And if you want to blame me, blame me. I don't care.
This is a business. And what would be a bigger storyline or a bigger boom for their business than LeBron James' retirement tour next season? There's no storyline that would compare. There's nothing that would generate more money for the league at all.
Do you think LeBron has to let Silver know?
Yeah.
You think he owes it to him?
Yeah. Because LeBron James understands what he means to this game. He understands his place in history. And he understands that people will want the opportunity to show their appreciation for him and what he's given us as basketball fans.
And Myron, quickly, it's a perfect passive-aggressive move. I didn't want to do this. Adam made me.
He wants the praise.
Yeah,
He wants the praise. I do wonder, though, we talked about Brady. Do you trust he'll stay retired?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
We are so far gone with the Thunder Lakers series. We're now projecting could LeBron come out of retirement before he's retired before game 2 tonight. That's now what. That's how. You want to know how much this show has now written off the Lakers, who I thought could go 6. We are now wondering if LeBron could come out of retirement. He hasn't retired. Here's Smalls with more.
And we should win the finals. Getting to the finals, we absolutely got to do. This is what he is telling you. He is telling you what happened last year was not good enough. And that not only is reflected in the firing of Tom Thibodeau and the hiring of Mike Brown, he doubled down during the season to say this is the goal. This is our only measure of success. And so I agree with him. If this is what he's saying the Knicks need to do in order for the team to be successful, and this is Mike Brown's only job, then if they fall short of it, it was a failure.
Yeah, I'm not a Knicks fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't understand the negative approach towards this team today. That was such an impressive win last night. That was a championship kind of win for me. When I know you could say, what, say it again?
It's a championship type of win, but you have to win the championship in order for it to
But what would make you think right now they couldn't get to the finals?
Right now,
No, they can.
They look great. They absolutely look great. But this is also playoff basketball. And they have tough opponents, and crazier things have happened. And we're not talking about whether or not we were impressed by them last night and by their performance in the first 2 games of this series versus Philly. We're talking about what they need to do in order for this to be a successful season, and for us to think that Mike Brown holistically did a good job.
Yeah, I'm bothered by the idea that Knicks fans want us to like have a parade today and hold a ceremony where we give Mike Brown some award and we pat everybody on the back and say, good job for getting to this point. That's never been the goal. It was always to get to the finals, so I'm not sure why it's a problem when you hold this team to that standard.
So then, Myron, let me ask you this then. When does the Knicks season start? I know that sounds like an odd question, but if we're not going to say that Mike Brown and the New York Knicks have garnered enough praise or money in the bank, so to speak, where we're ready to anoint them of anything because of the Tibbs firing, the Knicks season starts for you when?
Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals if they get there. Because that to me is where you were last year. Mm-hmm. And if there could be a different outcome, then yeah, I'll stand up and say Mike Brown was the right guy. He did something that Tibbs couldn't. If they fall short in that situation, I'll say the hire was a bad hire. They hired a guy who had struggled and got fired in Sacramento. Yes, he had past success. He came in with one job. Can you get this team to the finals or not? That's the only question that matters.
But Myron, hold on. Backtrack for a second. If the New York Knicks had a job opening that they posted on ZipRecruiter and the qualifications included, the first line of the job opening on ZipRecruiter had to be, you must get us to the finals. Why would Tom Thibodeau even be an option?
Well,
He's not a guy that gets you to the finals. What Tom Thibodeau is great at is getting you out of the mud. That's what he's great at. Like, if you're bad and you want to get good, hire Tibbs. If you're good and you want to get great, I don't know that he's that guy. And I'm not trying to come off and knock the guy at all. He's a great coach. But he's not a good to great. He's a bad to good.
I mean, he's one game away from changing that narrative, right?